Have you ever found yourself stuck on a tiny task that you keep putting off? Days pass by and instead of starting, you just waste time, unable to make any progress at all. Deep down, you know this task could be done in no time, or you just need to take the first step to get any progress. And yet, you just can't seem to begin. Sound familiar, right? Well, I have been there too, stuck in that frustrating cycle of procrastination. Day after day, just keep running away from what I need to do. But here is the thing, we can actually break this cycle through some really simple steps. And here is how. I will talk about my experience. For example, I have finished my finals a week ago and I was planning to do a lot of things. And when I actually done, as you can imagine, I didn't start anything yet. I felt really bad. I was feeling really bad for keep wasting my time, even though I had a lot of free time to do my tasks, but I didn't start anyone. So to solve this, we need to see what you do in your day from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. First, let's break the day into three phases. Each phase is 8 hours, and phase 1 is the first 8 hours when you wake up, and phase 3 is your sleep time, basically. What I was doing in phase 1 is when I wake up, the first thing I was doing is checking my phone. And believe me, this is the worst thing that you could do in your day. It can affect your whole day, it can affect your mood, it can affect if your day will be productive or not. So we need to get rid of this bad habit. And why is that? Well, because the first 2 hours is the most important one. First 2 hours have the most impact on how is your day going to be. So what you are going to do when you wake up is to get far away from your phone as much as possible. When you wake up, you can put your phone far away from you, or when you go to sleep, you can put your phone in another room, and it would be better to make it on the silent mode. Just be away from it in the first 2 hours as much as possible. You are going to start your morning routine and maybe prepare breakfast or something without watching or listening to any podcast. Don't try to get close to your phone at all. You need to clear your mind without any distraction at all. Now we finish the most important things that you need to do after waking up. It's time to set up your goals for the day. It's really important to have a clear map for what you want to achieve through the day. It will make it easier for you to not think every single time what you are going to do or what is next or what you need to do. So I want you to sit with yourself and get your mini note, write a realistic tasks that you want to finish today. You can leave the tasks that are not required to done today at the end of your list in case if you couldn't make it today. Also, I like to add optional tasks in case I have finished all my tasks and I have more time. Now you have done from setting up your goals for the day. You are free now to do your tasks, or you can go and do whatever you want. It would be better to get away from social media, more specific Reels and TikTok. Don't want to spend most of your energy at the beginning of the day. Start working on your goals at phase 1 for better performance. And if you want to spend time on short videos, you can leave it maybe at middle of phase 2 or at the end of phase 2, some between. Now we're done with setting up our goals and the other stuff. It's time now to prepare our environment. This step is really important. You want to prepare your environment really well. You want to make it simple as much as possible to reduce any sort of distraction that can affect the whole process. For example, the room that you are going to work in. You have to make it ready. You can get away anything that can distract you or maybe make you leave the focus mode. For me, I prefer the place you are going to work in is not your bedroom. Because you want to get away from your comfort zone, you need whenever you enter this place, you need to prepare your mind. You are here for finishing your work or maybe it's study time, so you'll never think about wasting your time or any other sort of stress. Another good option that you can do is you can go to workspace or maybe a cafe to finish the work that you had. If you can't prepare your environment or maybe you want to be committed to just your tasks. After you're done from preparing your room, it's time to prepare your desk. You need to make it simple as well, like you don't want to add tons of books and tons of novels you want to read or something. You just want the stuff that's related to your work, and for sure you want your phone as far away from you as possible. You don't want to hear any notifications that can distract you or make you leave the focus mode, so make sure to get it far away from you as possible. Now, after you finished your environment, it's time to actually start working on your task. But I get a problem when I got to this point. It's really silly, but I will talk about it in case if someone have it. I opened my editor and I didn't touch my code for some time. I was just sitting in front of my PC thinking of any excuse to not to start. Like calling a friend I didn't call from 10 years or something, or I had that anime that I didn't finish, or something like that. It happened to me a few times, and to overcome this, I just needed to start doing some little adjustment, like really just typing anything in the keyboard, or maybe typing a comment in the code. Once I did that, I start getting into focus mode and I actually start doing my task. Someone faces the same problem, you just want to think, why are you doing this? Like, do you love what you're doing? Or actually, what will happen if you start? Are you going to lose anything? No. So you need to get just in the focus mode, make some little adjustment on your task. Maybe start doing some little things and take it step by step and just do a little progress each time. Once you do that, you will do your task properly and you will get rid of this habit. Before we get into the result, I have really a little advice for the last hour of phase 2. I want you to get away from your phone just the last hour before you sleep. Okay? Just do anything except using your phone. That will help you fix your attention span. And right before you go to sleep, you can think of what you achieved today. And based on that, you can think what you can do for your task list tomorrow, or maybe how you can organize this process to be more efficient for better performance. I have been trying these simple steps for the past few days, and here's what happened. As you can see here, I add some tasks that I want to add to finish, like in the past few days here. You can see here. On day one, I struggled a little to stay away from my phone. Every time I complete a task, I found myself unconscious, picking it up and waste time. When I realized this, I took my phone and threw it into the farthest room from me. Aside from that, the first day was pretty awesome. I finally got myself to start, and I didn't add too many tasks because I want to take it easy at first. As the day went by, I kept improving, finishing my daily goals, and slowly breaking the habit of wasting time. My screen time dropped significantly. On average, I spent like 2.5 hours, and even when I did use my phone, it was mostly for my tasks or maybe something productive rather than just mindless scrolling all the day. Of course, there were few days when I had to postpone some tasks due to college or other commitment, but it wasn't really a big deal. I just had to make sure to finish them the next day. I realized that I can learn a lot of new skills, way more than I thought, if I just stick to this routine. Now my days feel more structured and intentional rather than just random or unproductive. This approach is not only more efficient but also more enjoyable because it allows me to achieve my goals and pursue my passion without feeling like I'm always falling behind. After a few days of following this routine, you will see a great progress, or you will see that you can learn a lot of new skills literally in no time. And a quick note, just make sure to keep going. If this routine works for you, don't rush it or make drastic changes. Just take it step by step, and remember, consistency is the key. Now I will share with you some tips to make this routine even better. Don't sacrifice your sleep time just to complete your task. If you can't finish something on time, don't stay up late and just ruin your sleep schedule. Just leave it for the next day and stick to your normal bedtime no matter what. Again, please avoid staying up too late to catch up. From my experience, I used to do this thinking that I could finish all my tasks, but it only made the next day worse. My energy level became from being up there to being here, and the quality of my work suffered a lot. It's always better to postpone a task unless it's truly urgent and you need to finish it today. By making this small adjustment, you will maintain a productive and a balanced routine without suffering from burnout. Also, it would be good to take a day off from this routine once a week. A little break can make a big difference. You can use it as a free time to relax and do things you enjoy without thinking about tasks or something. Just think of it as
a reward for your hard work. One last thing, keep in mind that I didn't add every single activity I do in my task list. If you want to include things like going to gym or maybe going out, going with friend or something else, just keep it flexible and make it work as you want. Now that we have come this far, thank you guys. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you have achieved, whether this routine worked for you, or if you have a better approach. Any advice is welcome. Let's help each other out. Oh, and one last more thing, please. I know this video was a bit random, sorry about that. I just keep recording this video so many times. Eventually I decided to start and break through the first wall. So see you guys in the next one.